Welcome to Benchmark. This is the second video under the topic decision theory. In the first video, I had taken few good questions, trying to cover all the different aspects. But before you start solving the question based on multiple choice question, I would always recommend that please watch the 3 videos that already I have posted earlier and which I have discussed in detail all the theoretical aspect as well as the practical questions I have taken. What will happen that you'll understand that how the functionality is for this particular chapter, how the questions are solved, what is the different approaches I'm taking to solve the question. Fine. So once you have watched the video, then come to this particular video. Okay, so let's proceed with the first question. Which of the following is not applicable? The word is not applicable in decision making under risk. This is the key words. Not applicable is nothing but maximize return. Okay, moving on to the next question. What are the essential characteristics of a decision making model? Essential characteristics. We have the states of nature, yes. We have the different decision alternatives, yes. We have the payoff values, yes. It means what? What is the right answer? All of the above. Moving on to the next question. Which of the following is not true? States of nature are under decision maker control. Alternative courses of action are under control. Yes, the different options which is available to the decision maker. Laplace criterion can be considered as decision making under risk. Yes. Decision maker control, what we don't have? We don't have the states of nature under the decision maker control. That is dependent on the third environment, exterior environment. So it is states of nature are, the right answer is states of nature are not under the decision maker's control. Okay, moving on to the next question. The following matrix gives the payoff in rupees for the different strategies S1, S2, S3 against the events E1 risks. What decision can be taken using maxim-min criterion? Using maxim-min criterion. Now, what is the maximum value for E1? 13,000. For E2, 10,000. For E3, 10,000. And for E4 it is 15,000. So the maximum values that we have obtained is, so let me just write it down. E1 13,000, E2 10,000, E3 is again 10,000 and E4 it is 15,000. These are the maximum values. The question says using maxim-min. So what I have done, dear student, I have taken the maximum value, wherein I should have taken what value? I should have gone for the minimum value. Okay. Let's frame one more question with this. Had it been minimax, that is from the maximum, I should be looking for the minimum. So what answer should have been? Then it should have been E2 or E3, both, because both are minimum values when I had gone for minimax. But let's come back to the original question, what is being asked. Okay, so we are looking for maxim-min. So I have to identify the minimum value. So what is the minimum value for E1? Minimum value for E1 is how much? 8,000. For E2, minimum value is minus 500. For E3, minimum value is minus 1,000. For E4, what is the minimum value? Minimum value is 0. Now from this minimum, I am looking for the maximum value. And what is the maximum value? 8000, which is corresponding to which act? Corresponding to act E1, and hence E1 is the right answer. Moving on to the next question. I have to look for the Laplace criterion. So what I have to do? I have to take the average values of all the states of nature. So please calculate the average for E1, E2, E3 and E4. Please calculate the average. So how do I calculate the average? It is nothing but these values, that is 8000 plus 12,000 plus 13,000, and then divide by 4. Similarly for all. Please calculate. Okay. So what is the average I have obtained for these strategies? For E1 it is 11,000, then we have 5,500, 3166.66, and then 5666.67. Okay. And under Laplace, what do I do? First of all, I have to take the values of the states of nature for every act, and then from the averages so obtained, I have to go for the maximum value. So what is the maximum value? 11,000. Corresponding to which act? E1. So right answer is E1. Okay. Moving on to the next question. A principal of an institution wants to introduce one of the three new courses, C1, C2, C3. He expects the demand can be low, medium or high. So demand is nothing but these are the states of nature. The following payoff is available for him. If the principal is an optimistic person, which course he is an optimistic person? So I can go for the maximax criterion. So what is maximum value for C1? 25,000. Maximum for C2 it is 20,000, and maximum for C3 is 18,000. So from these maximum, that is 25, 20 and 18, what is the maximum value? It is 25,000, corresponding to which act? C1. So I can say C1. Okay. But what if I can go for minimum criterion also, right? Okay. So let's move on to the next question. Which of the following is used in decision making under risk? Maximax, Laplace, Minimax. Under risk, please refer to the first video. Already I have explained in the tabular form. Under risk, it is EMV criterion. Okay. Moving on to the next. Which of the following is used in decision making under risk? Again, I would say refer to the first video, clearly mentioned in the tabular form. Under risk, I have EMV and EOL. Okay, moving on to the next question. Decision making under uncertainty. Under certainty, under uncertainty. So answer is E, not applicable. Not applicable is EOL. Decision making under risk. First question. Under risk is EMV and EOL, and which is not under uncertainty is EOL. Okay. The maximax, minimax and the maximin criterion are examples of under uncertainty, under certainty, under risk, under conflict. It is under uncertainty. Next question. The Laplace, minimax and maximin. Laplace, minimax and maximin. It is decision making under uncertainty. The Laplace criterion follows under what? Just refer to the previous question. Laplace, minimax and maximin are example of decision making under uncertainty. What I have done, I have just taken one part from the previous question. I have just mentioned only the Laplace. So Laplace criterion follows under decision making under uncertainty. So you must remember what all criterias are falling under decision making under uncertainty, or what all criterias we have under decision making under certainty, or decision making under risk, and so on. The next question is, the expected monetary value is part of decision making under certainty? No. Under uncertainty? No. Decision making under conflict? That is also no. It is decision making under risk. Please refer to this question. Decision making under risk, EOL and EMV. These are the two parameters which falls under decision making under risk. Okay. So this is what the question said over here. EMV is part of decision making under risk. Okay. Moving on to the next question. EOL, it's the same question. Expected opportunity loss is a method of decision making under risk. It's a different way of asking the question. Expected value of perfect information. Now refer to the third video that I have uploaded. Over there I had calculated EVPI, and basically EVPI was calculated from nothing but using the help of EMV criterion. So EMV falls under decision making under risks. So EVPI is also going to fall under decision making under risk. Next question. Which of the following is not applicable in decision making under risk? EVPI, yes. EMV, yes. EOL, yes. But criterion of equally likelihood, that is Laplace, which doesn't fall under decision making under risk. Okay, moving on to the next question. So right answer is criterion of equally likelihood. Which of the following is the method used in decision making under uncertainty? Under uncertainty. So it is nothing but decision criterion of equally likelihood. That is basically the Laplace. Okay, let's move on to the next question. In dash, the decision maker identifies a maximum regret for each act and then select the act for which the maximum regret is minimum. So what criteria I am talking about, dear students? It is mini-max. That is mini-max regret table. So from regret table, I had selected the maximum value for every act, and from the maximum I selected for the minimum value. So what it is basically, it is mini-max criterion. Next question. In dash, the decision maker finds the average outcome for each act and selects up the act corresponding to the maximum value. The only one criteria is there, we go for the average outcome, and that criteria is nothing but Laplace criterion. Okay, so other three is absolutely ruled out. No need to just go to the other parts. That will save your time. Average outcome is only one criteria in the decision theory, that is Laplace criterion. Okay, so moving on to the last question for this video. I'm sure you'd have learned a lot from the remaining questions, and don't forget to watch the next video under decision theory. That is the third video I'll be coming up, wherein I'll be discussing few more questions of the different type. Okay, so let's move on to the last question. The expected value of regret is commonly called as, it is nothing but expected monetary value. Fine. Expected value of regret is called as expected monetary value. So that's all from this particular session. I'm sure most of you would have understood the question that we have discussed over here. Please stay tuned. Read each and every question thoroughly try to understand that why a particular option is correct and why the other options have been ruled out. That will make your understanding more better and better. Third video, I'll be coming up with more better questions with bit of increase in the difficulty level. Support us by putting your valuable comment. Each and every comment basically is a booster for us to come up with more topics, more videos, and try to explain in a better way for your understanding. Last but not the least, like, share, and subscribe. Have a happy learning. Till then, bye bye.